Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Maddie. Nice to meet you. All right, so today I want to talk about 5 different plants that are easy for beginners. I want to talk about beginner plants that I think would work for everyone, even if you think that you don't have a green thumb. Number 1, golden pothos. This baby is so hardy. For whatever reason, they do great when I forget about them. This one happens to hang on my east-facing window. So this one was a cutting from my big pothos. I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm gonna put the link up here so you guys can see that big pot. But yeah, this was from that. There was a huge branch that I just cut off recently, but yeah, I want to say pothos is actually one of the easiest. I have several pot of this golden pothos. The one that I did and the one that I put above my IKEA cabinet is also from my big pot. So that big pot really is the mama of all of my different golden pothos collection at home. Like, I also made a bunch of cuttings from this. Propagation with golden pothos is the easiest. So yeah, honestly, this is really my number 1 plant for the easiest plant that you can have as a beginner. For me personally, I probably water this every 2 weeks. It really depends on their root system. Like for example, my marble queen pothos, I had to water that like every 5 days, I want to say. That's because the root was it was massive. It was so root bounded that it only takes 5 days until the next watering day. For this, it takes about roughly 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks for me to water it. Before I forget, one of the reasons why I said it's one of the easiest is because they tell you when they're thirsty. I love plants that talk to me, because the moment the leaves look so droopy or the moment the leaves curl, that's when I know this needs watering, or it's really, really thirsty. Once you water it, the leaves just plumps up and you can feel like it's kind of waxy and kind of thick. But if it's thirsty, then you can also feel that it's not that thick. It's kind of soft. It gets a little bit soft. But yeah, that's another thing that I love about pothos. That's why it's my number 1. Number 2 on my list, snake plant. I don't think it was this long. Honestly, I never have a video of this. This was one of my first ever plant that I bought. But yeah, my snake plant, it's been doing great, really. I used to have this in my room, and the reason why I thought this is another easy plant is because they tolerate low light so well. My room, I do have a window, but I don't wake up early enough to see the morning sun. So by the time I open my blinds, by the time I let light in, it's not enough light, if that makes sense. That window is a north-facing window, and on top of that, we do have the next building right in front of our window. So yeah, like I want to say we do get light, but we don't really get light, not like my window over here. But yeah, this plant have just been doing great. I did try to make a cutting, but I kind of messed up. So I'm gonna redo that, and I'll keep you guys updated on making propagation with this. The propagation part is not super hard, actually. What you want to do, you want to cut really anywhere and leave it out until it callus a little bit, and then you can either put it back on the soil or you can water propagate it. I am gonna try both methods. I'm gonna try both soil and water propagation for the snake plant. But yeah, the snake plant is the number 2 on my list. I don't really water this as much. I think I probably water this every other week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There were times where I didn't even water this for like a whole month, and it's still just, I mean, it wasn't really growing as much, but it's not dead yet. So I think that really speaks a lot about snake plants. I do want to buy more snake plants, but I haven't found one that I really like this. For whatever reason, I really love the black coral. All right, number 3 on the list is my Monstera. I know this is a cutting. The reason why I'm bringing the cutting instead of like my actual pot is because that pot is big. The pot is super big. I don't want to carry it. I do have one back here. That one is in leca. The root is still not as prominent, I want to say, but it's still going. I want to say Monstera is one of the easiest. Ooh, I have a new growth over there. It's like a little horn looking thing. But my big Monstera pot, I really don't do anything to it. Like, my only care maintenance is wiping the leaves, water it. During the summer, I do fertilize all of my plants. But for my Monstera, I actually didn't really do anything. I really pull back on watering during the winter. Yeah, so far, I think my Monstera has been one of the easiest for me, because yeah, like I don't do anything to it. I just let it be. I let it be and it thrives. I love plants that's like that. All right, number 4 on my list is Miss Birkin. I know a lot of people are also, if you want Aida sticker, let me know. I will make more and I might sell them. Right now, it's just in my personal collection. But let me know if you want these and I can make more and sell them. Anyways, the Birkin is another one that I think is the easiest. So I mentioned a bunch of times in my videos that my place is super dry. On a good day, we'll probably get like 43% humidity on a good day. So it's extremely dry in my house. We have a couple humidifiers. Somehow my Birkin, it survives. This is actually not my first Birkin. This is my second pot of Birkin. Julio got me this for Valentine's Day. I have a bigger pot back here where Julio's glasses is sitting. That's the Birkin that I bought from Plantarina last year. I'm gonna put the video up here, and it's grown to that size. So yeah, again, I didn't do anything to it. I just kind of let them be. They do get sunlight. I do water this about once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. Right now I have 2 new growth. Doop, doop. And yeah, again, I just wipe the leaves, and that's how I take care of this guy. I like it. Some people think it's overrated because of the white stripe, but not for me. I love it. I love it so much. The Birkin is definitely my first love for philodendron. And then after that, it's just my philodendron wish list is still very long. But it all starts with the Birkin. Okay, last but not least, number 5 on my list is my Chinese money tree, or the Pilea peperomioides. Again, with this, I got this from Plantarina, and it just kept on growing and growing and growing. My only mistake was that I didn't turn it. That's why it curves like crazy. I forgot to turn it every other day. You're supposed to turn it every other day in order for you to get a straight growth. But I don't mind. It's okay if it's not straight. Get it? Anyways, this is also one of the plants that is pretty effortless. Super effortless. Super easy to grow. Again, in my dry home, this still thrive. Even though I don't turn it around, it's still thriving. I did recently move it to Lekka because, you know what, I don't remember why I moved it to Lekka. I think it was just an experiment. And it's been growing amazingly. This is living in my IKEA cabinet just because I'm trying to fix that curvature. I feel like if it lives in the IKEA cabinet, it's just gonna grow upwards, you know, like it hasn't curved really, because like I said, because ever since I put it in the cabinet, it hasn't really been curving. So I think it's working. I do have baby plants from this. I have 3 baby plants. No, I have 4 baby plants actually. One of them I gave to Julio, and then the other 3, I'm gonna be selling them soon. So yeah, this is another one that I think is pretty easy if you don't mind it curving like this. If you do mind it, maybe it's a little bit more, not high maintenance, but you do need to maintain it a lot because you have to remember to turn it every other day. Propagating this plant, super easy. You can just pluck that out, put it in water, and watch it grow, or watch the roots starting to grow. But don't forget, once the root grows until like a certain length, like I want to say like probably that length, move it to soil or move it to Lekka. I did that. I left it in water. I left it propagating for a long time, and actually it started to rot off. Like the leaf, it became brown, crispy. I can't use it. But yeah, I want to say it's one of the easiest to propagate as well, easiest to grow, effortless. I love it despite all its curves. Despite all its curviness, I love this plant so much. So that is it for my list of 5 plants that are easy for beginners. Don't forget that I'll be doing my plant haul in 2 weeks. And if you have suggestions on Denver nurseries that you want me to visit or you want me to check out, let me know down in the comment section below. I also, so it's still kind of in the works, I want to start selling my plants or my cuttings. Right now, I can only do locally, meaning if you're in Colorado, if you would like to travel all the way to where I am, or if we want to meet halfway, then I can sell to you. But if, let's say, you're in Utah or you're in Oregon, I don't think I can ship to you yet because I still need to figure out the logistics. But yeah, I'll be selling plants soon. I make different cuttings and hopefully I can start selling more plants because I need money to feed my addiction. Also because I need to make space. So I'll be selling some of my plants. I will let everyone know in my Instagram when that will actually be happening. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out and staying until the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification icon on the bottom. And I will see everyone on the next video. Bye.